Alrighty. Hello, wonderful listeners and seekers, and a grand welcome back to the After Midnight in Grumps Grotto show. I'm Grumps, your host, and fellow journeyer through the landscapes of life and belief. And it's an absolute joy to be back in the grotto with all of you. Our hiatus has come to an end, and we are rejuvenated, recharged, and ready to dive deep once again into late night conversations. To longtime friends and newcomers alike, know that you've arrived back at just the right time. The break has given us a chance to gather new stories, new insights, and perspectives, ensuring that our gatherings here at the Grotto continue to be rich in thought and connection. So, a heartfelt thank you for your patience, your passion, your dedication to this community. And speaking of which, we have reached over 100 subscribers on the channel. That is awesome. That is so fucking awesome. I can't even begin to tell you. I'd be throwing up confetti right now, but I don't have everything loaded into the system. But hey, whatever. We've missed the moments of sharing curiosity and exploration, and we're eager to get back to unraveling mysteries of atheism, embracing our authentic selves, and conquering the challenges that life throws our way. Here's the next chapter of After Midnight in Grumps Grotto. Together, we are stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever comes next. Welcome back, everyone. Let the journey continue. Let's kick things off with Grumps Grotto headlines. All right. The headlines are: while I'm a staunch advocate for the right to choose, it seems the Satanic Temple's legal playbook might be borrowed from How Not to Win a Lawsuit handbook. A federal judge has tossed out the suit against Indiana's largest stringent pro-life legislation, or Indiana's latest stringent pro-life legislation. Hey, I'm a little out of practice, forgive me. Which essentially puts the brakes on abortion services. Their angle? Claiming that the law curbs their religious freedoms because, wait for it, they deem it a sacred ritual. Unsurprisingly, this avant-garde strategy also crashed and burned in Texas earlier in July. Despite these theatrical legal attempts, the temple's passion is clear, especially with their latest venture, opening a clinic in New Mexico. One has to wonder if their strategy their strategy room sessions are more about making headlines than headway. Yeah, Satanic Temple. Can't get over how much they keep on trying to do that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next story. In a quirky turn of events in Arizona, a high school teacher decided to channel his inner devil, donning a costume and cheerfully exclaiming, "Hail Satan!" to his students, leaving a few of the Christian pupils more than a little bewildered. A not-so-amusing father took the matter up with the school principal, resulting in the teacher's temporary paid hiatus from the classroom as the school delves into its investigation. Whether a playful jest or a peculiar choice of expression, the incident has certainly stirred up the unconventional classroom with a heck of a commotion. Why would you even do that? You know? Now, this next headline comes from Alaska. Hey, I think I messed that one up. 4, 5. I'm missing one of my pictures. Oh no. All right, so we'll just do it without it. For quite some time, the Assembly's microphone has played... Okay. In what may be a cosmic twist in the celestial bureaucracy in Kenai Borough, Alaska, sorry, I'm a little out of practice, the stage is set for divine intervention of sorts. The local assembly meetings, which have become an unlikely battleground between the hallowed halls of governance and the netherworld spokespeople, might just see their upcoming act lineup undergo a particular purge. For quite some time, the Assembly's microphone has played the host to a parade of characters that would make Dante's Inferno look like a Sunday school picnic. Thanks to a 2018 judicial nod to the First Amendment, the floodgates were thrown open, allowing anyone from diehard Satanists to devout followers of the flying spaghetti monster to invoke blessings, curses, or possibly even good marinara sauce upon the Assembly's proceedings. But lo, Kenai's Mayor Peter Mitchie, along with his crusty Assembly sidekicks Tyson Cox and Kelly Cooper, are brandishing the holy water-dipped resolution. They're on a mission to exercise the Assembly's opening prayers of any non-chaplaincy, chicanery, and restore some ecclesiastical order. This proposed decree would limit the pre-meeting benedictions to fire and emergency services chaplains, who are less likely to hail Satan or more inclined to ask for a smidge of divine oversight on the municipal decision-making process. So, gone are the days when Iris Fontana could be summoned to assembly to bask in the glow of the morning star, or when Bert Fletcher could invoke noddingly or noodly appendages to bestow the ethereal buzz upon the proceedings. Indeed, the days of "it's done, hail Satan," and Rahman closing out civic invocations are under threat. While this measure won't be cast into legislative stone at the November gathering, the December 12th meeting may see the Kenai Borough Assembly trade their pitchforks for halos, ushering in an era of less fire and brimstone and more moments of silence. If the vote passes, it will surely send shockwaves through the underworld and the pasta stratosphere alike, silencing the dark and deliciously saucy forces that have turned assembly invocations into a spectacle of biblical and culinary proportions. Yeah, that's a lot of fun there. I don't know what to think about all that. But let's go on to Ken Ham. Ken Ham, captain of the creationist flagship, finds himself tilting at windmills of Satanism and atheism, seemingly indistinguishable foes in his eyes. With a stroke of alarmist brilliance, he points to the nefarious gathering at SatanCon that happened a few months back, where hundreds reportedly indulged in the unholy act of, attending a conference. The horror in Ken's world, self-worship and personal empowerment are the new demons sneakily taking God's reserved seat in the human heart. And when it comes to atheists demanding evidence of God's existence, Ham offers a smorgasbord of creationist delicacies, only to have them returned to the kitchen by the diners with a secular palate. Even when he serves up a piece de resistance, God's own stint on earth, which ended with nails and a cross, they just push the plates away. Ken's diagnosis? A severe case of heart blindness, curable only by a good old-fashioned dose of faith. So buckle up, because Ken's not just here to save souls. He's on a quest to convert the hard-hearted. Ken. Go back to the good ship, Noah's Ark. And I see that we have the native atheist with us. Thank you for showing up. I would be able to put your chat on the screen, but I forgot to add that ability. Don't worry about the news flash at the bottom. There's nothing going on. Finally, we'll get this headache out of the way. Welcome to the first installment of When Pastors Respond, starring Paul Prather, the Pentecostal pastor who doubles as a religion writer when he's not busy saving souls. Prather valiantly took it upon himself to respond to an essay by Kate Cohen, a Post contributor and, wow, an atheist. Cohen, in her clearly misguided attempt at reasoning, adapted from her book no less, makes the audacious claim that America could use a few more atheists. Oh, the horror! Prather, in his infinite wisdom, proceeds to pick apart Cohen's arguments with the precision of a child dissecting a frog in science class. He takes issue with her definition of atheism, her apparently blasphemous views of myths as mere stories, and her downright outrageous assertion that doubt and faith can't be bedfellows. He assures us that, with a paternal pat on the head, that Cohen just doesn't get how these faith folks roll. She's oversimplifying religion, you see, painting it as irrational and self-centered. Clearly, she missed the memo that religion is, in fact, the epitome of logic and selfishness. Selflessness, not selfishness. That would be my religion. Oh, but wait, there's a plot twist. Prather, in a moment of dazzling clarity, confesses he's not quite sure if God exists and admits to a smidgen of doubt in his beliefs. But fear not, dear reader, for he assures us that this is all part and parcel of a healthy faith journey. Most believers are part-time agnostics according to Prather's gospel. He wraps up his masterclass in religious nuance by declaring that real faith is a complex and as a telenovela, and some myths are so transcendent they make literalism look like child's play. So there you have it, folks. Another day saved by the religious cavalry, making sure those pesky atheists don't get too comfortable in their rationality. So that's how the news is going to fly. It's going to be a lot better next time. I'm going to have something scrolling at the bottom you might find interesting next time. So be sure to tune in. That wraps it up for tonight. Be sure to tune in next time for more headlines from the grotto. Now we're going to delve into some real talk and real triumph, all about embracing who you are and conquering your perceived world. And I just lost my drink. So we get to have a little bit of fun here. You're going to see Grumps get up and see probably some stuff that you don't want to see, but hey, no, none of that. YouTube doesn't like that. We don't show that. All right. Sorry about the rustling. Got to get the drink out of the bag. I think I lost the other one. That's what happens when you're getting yourself reorganized. Hope everybody's having a good day, having a good time. Hope we're still going out here. Gonna check the stream real quick. Hey, everything's looking good, looking good. Anybody else out there in the chat land? If you are, say hello. I see the native atheist that said hello, and Titan Uranus said hello earlier. So, in this segment, this is when we will be presenting something about embrace who you are, live your best possible life, and conquer your perceived world. And today we're going to delve deep into the profound concept of embracing your authentic self. It's a topic that holds tremendous significance because at the core of being true to yourself is a powerful source of personal triumph. Embracing your authentic self means accepting who you are, acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, and living in alignment with your values and passions. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, free from the fear of judgment or societal expectations. And stupidity reigns on my part. I forgot that my microphone gets shut off when I shut off my mic. My total sorry. Stupidity reigns in my head. Oh well, let's start this again. It wouldn't be anything, would it, if it wasn't for this being just Grumps being a total... I'm turning red. I'm turning red. Let's turn on the blue light so you can't see it. I'm embarrassed here. It's too bad I can't reverse what has been recorded. All right, today we're going to delve deeper into the profound concept of embracing authenticity. Embracing your authentic self. It's a topic that holds a tremendous significance because at the core of being your true to yourself is a powerful source of personal triumph. Embrace your authentic self means accepting who you are, acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, and living in alignment with your values and passions. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, free from the fear of judgment or societal expectations. So our first slide here represents how to truly embrace your authentic self. Start by developing a deep sense of self-awareness. This involves taking time to reflect on your values, beliefs, and passions. Ask yourself questions like, what makes me unique? What are my core values? And what are my dreams and aspirations? Understanding your true self is the first step on a path of authenticity. Authenticity begins with self-acceptance. It's about embracing all aspects of yourself, including your imperfections. As you can see by the image that's up here, there's some imperfections in it. Remember that no one is perfect, as we can tell by Grumps forgetting that if he took himself off the screen, his microphone would be shut off. And it's our flaws that make us human. Instead of trying to conform to an idealized version of yourself, celebrate your uniqueness and accept both your strengths and weaknesses. Embracing your authentic self often requires courage. It means stepping out of your comfort zone and taking risks. Authenticity might mean standing up for what you believe in, even when it's difficult. It might involve pursuing your passions or dreams, despite the fear of failure or criticism. It's about being true to your inner convictions, even in the face of adversity. Remember, life's journey is filled with ups and downs. Embracing your authentic self provides a strong foundation of resilience. When you know who you are and what you stand for, setbacks become opportunities for growth. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from challenges. Learn from your experiences and stay true to yourself through the inevitable ups and downs of life. Remember that embracing your authentic self is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. The more you embrace your authenticity, the more you align with your true purpose and values. In conclusion, your authenticity is your superpower. By embracing who you truly are, you can navigate life's challenges with confidence and purpose. You become a beacon of light, inspiring others to do the same. Embracing your authentic self is not only a path of personal triumph, but also a way to make a positive impact on the world around you. Just remember to embrace who you are and live your best possible life and conquer your perceived world. Now we're going to shift our focus from embracing our authentic self. We will now venture into the realm of navigating belief conversations with respect and understanding in our next segment. We'll explore how to bridge the gaps and engage in meaningful dialogue even when our perspectives differ. So let's dive headfirst into a journey of enlightenment and empathy. If I can find the next scene. So this segment is Skeptical Journeys and Navigating Belief and Beyond. This was inspired because it's something I've noticed a lot on TikTok and a few other places where people are talking about belief systems, and it really gets to be annoying. So atheism is frequently misunderstood, but it's quite a straightforward thing. It's not a complex belief system. Instead, it's a response to one question. Do you believe in a God or gods? When someone identifies as an atheist, they're essentially saying, no, I don't believe in any gods. That's the extent of the atheism. It's an answer to that specific question and doesn't reveal anything else about that person. Now, we're going to address an issue that can be a source of frustration for atheists, the adoption of a confrontational style during these conversations. While it's essential to express one's views openly and discuss religion and belief systems, adopting an aggressive and a confrontational approach often hinders productive conversations. Instead of fostering understanding and tolerance, it can lead to further division and animosity. Many atheists prefer a more respectful and empathetic approach. Encourage open-mindedness. Calmly sharing perspectives and actively listening to others can lead to more meaningful discussions and bridge gaps in understanding and promote tolerance between individuals of differing beliefs. Additionally, it can be disheartening for atheists when discussions with believers fixate solely on specific issues such as slavery in the Bible as the primary reason to challenge one's faith. While it's crucial to critically examine religious texts and acknowledge problematic passages, concentrating exclusively on one topic can oversimplify the complexity of religious belief. Instead, it might be more productive to explore a range of topics that raise questions about faith, morality, and credibility of religious texts. For example, one could discuss scientific inaccuracies found in some religious texts, the problem of suffering, and theodicy. And I forgot to get the definition for theodicy. Inconsistencies within religious doctrines or the historical context in which these texts were written. By approaching these topics with respect and a willingness to engage in thoughtful dialogue, atheists and believers can partake in a more well-rounded discussion that encourage critical thinking and a deeper exploration of their respective worldviews. So to wrap this up, fostering respectful, understanding dialogue between believers and atheists is essential in promoting mutual respect and tolerance. By recognizing that atheism is simply a response to a specific question, and atheists have diverse beliefs, we can engage in conversations that transcend stereotypes and promote empathy. Diversifying the topics of discussion can lead to more fruitful conversations and encourage critical thinking and deeper exploration of our worldviews, ultimately strengthening the bonds of understanding between individuals of differing beliefs. Now we've had a little bit of a chat about navigating belief conversations with respect and understanding. It's time to get to you, our audience. You're so awesome. I hope you don't mind me being a little bit stumbly tonight. But I'd like to welcome you to Echoes from the Grotto, the part of the show where we feature your emails, comments, and questions. And that one didn't have a transition, did it? Although this is our first spin with this segment, we're stoked to connect with you. We'd love to hear from you, hear your thoughts, your questions, your ideas. If you want to share your perspective, ask a question, or offer feedback, just drop us a line, and I'm going to give you the email for that. You can drop us a line at editor@badenwebs.com. And here, right now, in our live chat, if there's anybody around, I'd like to invite you to shoot your questions or share your thoughts. It's just you and me, so go ahead and ask away. Let's make this conversation go. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. If anybody has any questions on what I've covered so far, anybody wants to know where I've been, what I've been doing, anybody wants to find out whether Grumps is actually not good at doing this, well, we can see that we're not. So in the meantime, we're just going to let you know that the shows are going to get a little bit more polished as we go again. I thought I had everything together for the night, but didn't really have it together. That's what happens when you don't do a dry run beforehand. So doesn't appear that we have any questions for the night, but remember, you can contact me at the email I provided. Now, we're going to go ahead and speed this up and get to the humor part, okay? Let's have some laughs. All right, to get the ball rolling, here are a few one-liners that might tickle you. Prayers are like insurance companies. They give people hope all the time, but they don't help when an actual disaster strikes. God's power has changed over centuries. He used to create universes and flood the entire earth. Now he can only manage to appear on toast. If money is the root of all evil, then why do they ask for it in church? Let me tell you about something that occurred to me the other day. As an atheist, I've realized that I have the ultimate discount card when it comes to religious contributions. While others may be tithing 10% of their income into their faith, I'm saving all that cash to splurge on a weekend getaway to the beach. My wallet is my holy book, and it preaches the gospel of save and spend wisely. All right, here's a little story for you. Imagine this. One lazy Sunday morning, my buddies and I were hanging out at our favorite coffee shop and decided to have a little fun with the whole sermon concept. So we found a cozy corner towards the back of the coffee shop and set up comfy chairs in a circle and called it the Atheist Sermon Session. No pews here, just caffeine-infused enthusiasm and lots of laughter. I volunteered as the sermonizer for the day, which essentially meant I got to sip my latte while we talked about our secular worldview instead of religious texts. We had a stack of science fiction novels and movies right there on the coffee shop table. My pulpit was really just a comfy armchair in the corner. We started by chatting about the sacred texts of science fiction and how they shaped our outlook on life. We dove deep into the wisdom of Yoda, pondered the moral dilemmas faced by Captain Picard in Star Trek, and couldn't help but laugh at the hilarity of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And, of course, we playfully compared our Holy Trinity to Star Wars, Star Trek, and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost of traditional Christianity. The coffee shop patrons around us probably wondered what we were up to, but we didn't mind the puzzled glances. The best part was the free-flowing conversation and the questions. Our aim wasn't to mock religion, but to enjoy our worldview with a side of humor. It became a regular thing for our group, proving that you can ponder life's big questions, find joy in your beliefs, and savor a latte all at once. And we still do this at least once a month at the local coffee shop. Now, we have one segment that was totally missing from this. Actually, Skeptical Journeys is where it's going to occur. It's where we will have guests on occasion. If you're interested in being a guest, please let me know by looking at that, by sending me an email at that address that I provided. Going to get a little bit more advertising out for this. Not going to mention something, but there will be a link in the bottom later on that'll link back to the website where you can find a form for being a guest on here. Next weekend, we haven't decided whether it'll be Saturday night or Sunday night, but the Infernal Diatribe will be making its appearance again. Probably going to be saying some of that in the summary up here. Actually, I'm not. So, what we're going to be doing is I've got 3 people lined up next week for the Infernal Diatribe. We're going to be discussing gatekeeping and why it's essential in Satanism. I have some very interesting people joining me. Right now, committed to joining me, the third one hasn't totally committed yet, but committed to join me are Fenriz and Reaper, both who are Satanists. And the third one I'm hoping to get will be tacking on at the end. But in the meantime, hope you've enjoyed this cluster mug of an episode. I sincerely apologize for the normal problems, but hey, it wouldn't be an atheist podcast or live stream if we didn't have some technical difficulties. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for following this channel and subscribing. We have over 100 subscribers now. We'll be dropping some more canned content here soon, and anybody that caught the 31 Days of Halloween that I did for TikTok as a compilation video on here, hope you enjoyed it. But in the meantime, embrace who you are, live your best possible life, and conquer your perceived world. Be seeing you. So another thing I didn't have ready was a real closing video. I took too many naps. Thank you all for coming. If you like this debacle of atheist podcasting, please like and subscribe. Ring that bell to let it known when we have something else. And thanks for coming, Native Atheist and Titan Uranus, and anybody else that's out there in the chat.